So what's it like being Josh's best friend?
Dude.
Oh, look. It's the swing.
Yeah.
You're just here because your wife's here. Thank you for being honest.
Oh, Trey, you bad boy.
Yes.
Are you making him nervous, Joel?
I'm getting nervous because of the video camera.
He's tearing up already.
I'm only going to get nervous because he has that ring.
You know, writing her, talking to her for 6 months prior to that, I guess, 5 months prior. And I got to meet her, and I'm just hoping that she's going to be wonderful, and, you know, she exceeded my expectations. She's just great. And so, couldn't ask for a better sister-in-law, and the only thing I guess I can't ask for is that I could find as good as a wife as my brother's father. Cheers.
And it reminded me of something because we sat down to play, and I thought, hey, I'm going to be one team, he's going to be another. We're going to go at each other. Josh, if anyone has known him for any long period of time, knows he's a pretty competitive guy.
Really?
But no, Josh said, no, we're going to be on the same team. And it reminded me of something kind of way back from when we were just little snot-nosed kids and we were at each other's house all the time. You know, when I first got to know Josh, he was, of course, competitive about everything. He was competitive about playing cards, or competitive about playing wiffle ball in the backyard, competitive about, who knows, whether he could open his Bible to the verse faster than anybody else. and that, you know, as it's played out in his life, I think that competitiveness has led Josh to a lot of great accomplishments. We were in marching band together in high school, and he was the soloist the senior year at the state finals, and he, you know, I remember him winning a scholarship to DePaul, like doing well on his science test, and he's continued there, gotten his master's. But sometimes back when we were little kids, that competitiveness didn't always sit well with me for two reasons. One, you know, I wasn't quite as competitive, so I thought, you know, hey, back off a little bit. But sometimes it was just because he beat me. So I said, hey, we shouldn't be so competitive. One thing that was, I remember particularly contentious was this little game we used to play called Catico Baseball. These little cards that have for each player, and you spin the dial, and you know, does it land on a strikeout, then you're out. If it landed on a double, you got a double. But sometimes, you know, the line between strikeout and home run was very fine, and sometimes, you know, Josh was sitting over here saying, no, that's a home run. And I was saying, no, that's a strikeout. And so we had some battles over that. Josh, as our friendship went on, we changed, and we didn't go head to head as much. We play, we just say, oh, well, we're on the same team here. We'll play, we were often euchre partners a lot. We were often, that's a card game. We would be, sometimes we can play football out in the backyard, and we'd just all be on the same team. You know, no defense, because
we always won.
So Josh kind of laid his competitiveness aside for the sake of friendship, and that meant a lot to me, and I was reminded of it just this past week playing football there. Which, by the way, then later Footy came in and played against us, and he still won. So Josh, I think don't lose that competitiveness. I know it's brought you a lot of great things, and you know, I think you've scored the greatest win so far with Lacey. But also set it aside sometimes too and put her on your own team.
Lacey and I have been best friends since our freshman year in high school. And anytime that I think about my memories in Monroe, my memories from this church and friends that I've made, I can't help but think of the many memories that Lacey and I have made together. She is like a sister to me, as are all of her sisters, and her brothers are like my brothers, and her parents are my parents. She's always the one that I go to first when I need someone to talk to, someone to listen to me. And today I look at her as a godly woman and a beautiful bride. Lacey has meant so many things to me. I cannot even list them all. Josh, consider yourself one of the luckiest guys in the world.
What do you think I picked up?
I don't think I could have asked for a better match than Lacey and Josh. I'm so excited to know. And I pray that God will truly bless you in this next step in your life. Well, I guess I'll say something. Being the sister of the groom. I don't know, I guess Josh and I growing up were always the closest either. Pretty much he's like 2.5, 3 years older than I am, so growing up we were, we didn't always do a lot of things together, but I think definitely in the past few years we've definitely grown closer. And it's been wonderful for me to see the growth and the fine women my brother has become. And I'm very thankful also because I never had a sister. Even when I married my husband, I never had a sister. So I'm very, very thankful for my very first sister. Couldn't have asked for anybody better. So. And also, to competitiveness on a lighter note, you're going to see the very first grandchild, has we have real competition. Anyways, to Josh and Lacey.
You can't give a preacher an opportunity not to speak. He has the opportunity, he will take that opportunity still. And I'm always happy to talk to my son. He knows that full well. But many of you, not many of you, a number of your parents, know that one of the single greatest things we pray for our children is that God would bring a godly mate into their lives. And I remember many, many times walking up the stairs at night into Josh's room and placing my hands on that little sweaty little head and that jumper sleeper. And praying that God would bless him with a godly wife, that he would bring someone into his life who would love him like his mother and father loved him, who would know Christ, but not only know Christ, but be in love with Christ as well. And we prayed for Josh to that end. And I honestly thought of my two sons that Joel would end up married first. Just kind of...
Sorry, Joel.
I'm virtually speechless, but I thought Joel would have married first. But when Josh told his mother and I about this gal he'd been dialoguing with on the internet, my response was, what? So then we had the opportunity to hear more and more about Lacey and hear Josh talk about her virtually nonstop. And got to know her really through Josh, first of all, and then had the pleasure of meeting her basically about a year ago. This Memorial Weekend a year ago, we came down and helped Josh finish moving down here and got to meet the Rocket family, got to meet Lacey, and came to realize what a very special young lady this was. And absolutely fell in love with her almost instantaneously. So I cannot praise our God enough for answering that prayer. Here, I'm going to get this here. All right. I cannot praise our God enough for bringing this young woman into our family and making my son's life complete and full. So, Lacey, we love you, and we welcome you to our family as well. For Josh and Lacey.
pastor is my brother as well, and I can't pass up an opportunity to congratulate my nephew, fine young man that he's become, and what a prize he's got in this young lady. We met Lacey, Christmas past, and just as brother has said, it didn't take any time at all to see what a fine young woman that she is, and what a godly young lady that she is. And Josh, I don't know if you know this or not, but I prayed for you for many years, as well as I had for Joel and Jess and my own children, that as all parents that love the Lord, that they would find godly mates. And it's just so obvious. And Josh, I just want to affirm what your life has been to this point in time. Lacey is absolutely the fruit of your faithfulness to your God and to your faith. There's no doubt about that. And I'm certain that the same is true for Lacey, that you are the fruit of her faithfulness and her life in Christ up to this point in time. And this is just the beginning. And I'm just so excited for you guys. Lacey, I so look forward to getting to know you more and more over the course of years, and all that life brings us, as it brings us together, whether here or there. I look forward to that, and I congratulate you, and I love you guys. Here, here, here.
Here, here.
My girl, I'm trying to cry. This is kind of directed to you, Josh. About 3 years ago, I was sitting in music theory, which everybody thinks music's an easy major, but it is not an easy major. And I heard them calling the roll call, and all of a sudden I hear some name, Lacey, in the background, and that's just not a very common name. And my name's Lacey, for those of you who don't know that already. And I was like, who's this girl with the same name as me, you know? So we kind of caught eye and everything, and ever since then, we've just kind of been inseparable at school, and like she said in the little program, we're kind of known as the Laceys on campus, because we're about joined at the hip, because our school classes, we take every class together practically. So we've been through many of tears and happiness, through good grades and bad grades, and good teachers and bad teachers. But what I wanted to tell you, Josh, is that I've never met a friend. It's true. It's Lacey. Me and her have had our ups and downs. If anyone knows as she does, I'm a hard person to hang around with a lot. I tend to be kind of negative at times, and I call myself a realist. I always tell people I'm looking at the reality of it all. When reality hits, I'm being negative, and she puts up with that, and she's brought out a lot of positive aspects in me, and she keeps pushing me at the end of finals and everything. She's always been my boost and to help me get through every semester when all I want to do is ball up and cry. And she pushed me into my practice rooms and just kept encouraging me. A funny story about me and Lacey, I think the day I realized how good of a friend she was, I had a purse stolen. Had about $500 of cash in it. And I know y'all are saying, what are you doing with $500 in cash in your purse? But I wait tables like Lacey, so I was going to pay my bills that day, and my purse got stolen. And she skipped all of her classes with me, and her cell phone, we called every bank and all my parents and everything, and talk about a nervous breakdown. I had a big one that day, and she basically kept me together. And I think on that day I realized how true of a friend she really was. And ever since then, like I said, we've been through a lot together. So Josh, I just wanted to congratulate you on a really great partner, and she'll boost you up anytime you need it, and she's always going to be there for you. So I just want to congratulate you. So, to Josh and Lacey.
Yeah.
Damien, the husband of Jessica, Josh and Bill's sister, only sister. I've been in the family now for 4 years, and have known Josh and Bill for about the same, probably roughly 6 or 7 years altogether. I don't bring a lot of wisdom in the 4 years of marriage, but I guess what I'd like to emphasize in this post is just I know the fruit of a marriage.
through the ups and downs, enjoy it. And that you just, I guess, that God would just bless you and you would continue to grow. And I really look forward to getting to know you better. And as two married couples get the opportunity to share and have children. Josh.
Hey.
Well, I just realized that I'm the oldest of my siblings here, older than David. Surprise, surprise.
Oh.
And the thing that I've been thinking about for the last few minutes is that at these weddings, and this is the third wedding of my nieces, first Jennifer, then Lacey, and then now, first Jennifer, then Lisa, now Lacey, is that you think you know them, and you get to these events, and you really get to know them better, because you hear their friends speak, and I knew Vicki already, but you hear, I didn't know any of Josh's friends, and you really get to know them better than you did just as their aunt, thinking you're one of the most important people in their whole life. And it's the oldest in my family, and there were 6 of us. You know, I guess I always thought I had a pretty important spot, and I just cherished all of the nieces and nephews who were born to my brothers and sisters. And I really enjoyed getting to know their choices in life. And I've got to know Bart so much better and Courtney so much better. And Josh, I really look forward to getting to know you so much better. And I like the things I'm hearing tonight. That's making me feel really good. Jennifer and I know, jointly appreciate the fact that there have been a few tears, because she and I are known to cry a little. So I'm like, wow, I don't have to start out thinking I can't shed a few tears. But Lacey, you are really special. You know, being the third daughter to come along, you think, wow, there's Jennifer who's amazing, and there's Lisa who's amazing, and then there's Lacey, and you think, how can she kind of carve her own little spot in the family group? And she did, and I know I can speak for my parents, my mom and my dad, who both think she's incredible. And she is. So, anyway, getting past that a little bit. What I would say is there are a few things that I really like hearing. I've gotten to know Jennifer a little bit, very briefly, at the bachelorette party. Jessica, and then I like what you had to say about having a sister. We talked a little last night, and you are lucky to have her as a sister. She already has a lot of experience being a sister. And honestly, I just think you're right. You are really very blessed to have Lacey come into the family, because that will be a special relationship for you. Another thing I like is about your friend from home. I forget what your name is up there. Talked about the competition. And my favorite thing you said is Josh, this is the best win of your life. Because, I mean, it sounds like he is a competitive guy. And that fits very well with our family. We are very competitive. But one little aside that made me know that Josh and I had a little connection is when I was here, I can't even think why I was here a few weeks ago. Oh, well, I guess it was just when we first met. No, it was just a few weeks ago I was here. Anyway, we were talking about football, and he apparently is a really great fan of watching football, watching basketball, and our whole family, my whole life, has been a big fan of that. But one thing that I didn't realize that we had in common is that we grew up in the era in Mississippi when Archie Manning was just a hero at Ole Miss, and we just loved watching him. So we have followed his son's careers, and I am a huge Peyton Manning fan. I mean, the Heisman Trophy is just definitely not on the same wavelength with me. It was really interesting talking about that with him. And the other night when we were with them at this place that they traditionally go when the daughters are getting married, it was interesting to me to see that they were so into the Pacers and whoever they ended up. I was thinking to myself, you know what? There's some little way that everybody can fit into the family. And I'm sure you're going to fit in many, many ways. But that love of watching sports and enjoying that. And I'll be rooting for Peyton right along. Although we're now kind of excited living in Connecticut, having Eli with the Giants. Let's see what happens. But I guess in closing, what I would like to say is that we love our family. I mean, we're pretty biased in thinking we have the Rockets, me, my siblings, and we have one of the greatest families in the world. And I've met your parents, and I've met your sister, and I've heard more about your brother from my son Major, who now thinks he's 25. But I think it sounds like, you know what, I think you two are going to have a great life. And we're going to all be there pulling for you. And I'm always going to be there as the senior aunt, ready to give you any advice you don't want. Here's to a great couple, and I just wish you the best. Got it.
All right, it's off.
Oh Our help is in the name of the Lord, who made heaven and earth. Let us reverently hear what the Holy Scriptures teach concerning the duty of husbands to their wives and of wives to their husbands. Husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church and gave himself up for it, that he might sanctify it, having cleansed it by the washing of water with the word. Even so, husbands also to love their own wives as their own bodies. Wives, be in subjection to your own husbands as unto the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ also is the head of the church, being himself the Savior of the body. These two persons come to be joined together in this holy estate of marriage. If any man can show cause why they may not lawfully be wedded, let him now declare it, or else hereafter forever hold his peace. I require and charge you both that if either of you feels any cause